Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peace, and today's the first time here, you're amazing. And if today's not your first time here, thank you for coming back to watch my video. And if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. So today I am back again with another K-drama review, and the drama that I'm going to be reviewing today is Melting Softly. It was one of the dramas that was actually recommended by you guys. And for those who are kind of like waiting for my review on 100 Days My Prince, not to worry, that review is going to be coming out after this, because I think I have 4 more episodes to go, and then I can finish it and do my general review. So coming to Melting Me Softly, this is like a more recent K-drama. It came out last year, I think from September to November, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think it aired from September to November last year, and so I'm going to try as much as possible not to give any spoilers. You know what, I don't even give spoilers. So like I said in my last video, guys, let's try not to give spoilers in the comment section, so that those who have not watched it could watch it, and those who are still watching it will not, you know, feel bad that we actually gave spoilers. So where do we start from? As always, I'm going to start from the plot. So coming to Melting Me Softly. So Melting Me Softly all started out with this girl who is our lead character, or our lead our protagonist, you know. So she is she comes from a family of 4. A brother who has autism, and a father and a mother. So they had like financial issues, and she was trying to get a job, but it was almost like no place was taking her, and things were like pretty hard for her. So she used to volunteer herself at this particular TV station that would always try out crazy experiments, you know, on people. So she would always go and volunteer herself. And the director of this TV show that she always go to, or this TV place that she would always go to, is our lead actor, who is one of my favorite Korean actors. And he's someone who likes risk. He doesn't believe in doing like normal things. To him, he always say, like, normal TV is boring. He likes to do something that is out of the ordinary. So he was always trying to take his TV shows like a little bit, you know, out of, you know, the normal, you know, just like a little bit up there. And then on the other hand, we also have one scientist who has been doing some research on how to freeze human, and that way to prevent someone from dying, and they could find diagnosis to like treat a person. So he has been doing this thing. He had tried it out on fish, I guess, and it worked out. And this time around, he wanted to try it out on humans. And basically, nobody was volunteering to do it. Nobody. When I say nobody, nobody. So our lead actor, the director, decided that he was going to freeze himself for 24 hours. He wanted to try it on himself. But being that he was a guy, he needed also a female figure. So nobody was doing it. And then his assistant was like, maybe I should try calling the girl that would always come here to, like, you know, volunteer for just like little change that would give her. And we were able to get in contact with the girl, and she was like, are you crazy? Like, no, there's no way I am doing it. So she refused, and I think he was able to press on the button of the fact that she had a brother who was kind of like sick, and he had somehow made her understand that, you know, it's just going to be a 24 hours thing. She was going to get paid a whooping sum of money, and this experiment was going to help like those who had like severe kind of sickness. It was going to be like this revolutionary way of treating people. And she, yeah, kind of agreed, thinking, well, 24 hours, like, who cares? It's just 24 hours. So the lead character, who is the guy who is our lead character, whose name in the movie was, just a second guys, because I can't really remember his name in the movie. Okay, Madu-chan. So Madu-chan had a girlfriend at the time. She was a newscaster, and he kind of like engaged her. She was not in support of him doing it. She was not in support. She felt like he was doing way too much. She didn't want him to do it, but he was the stubborn type. He wanted to do it. So he of course engaged her. He told her it was just a one-day thing. He was going to come back, and as luck would have it, on that day they got frozen in this capsule, and I think few hours before they were supposed to get released, or I'll say defrozen, the scientist had someone who was like spying on him. So he drove out and he got into this badly car accident, and we all thought like, wow, he's dead. What happens to the guy? And the scientist has an assistant who doesn't even know the formula on how to, like, you know, defroze the humans that they had already you know, frozen. And the TV station was like filming everything. It was supposed to be this mega documentary that was going to like create this wow, this buzz out there. So when it was like time to like defroze these people, like the alarm was going crazy, everything was like bleeping, and he didn't know what to do. He panicked, he offed everything, and pretty much they remained in there. So of course the girlfriend, who was a newscaster, was really worried. She was crying. She wanted to, like, you know, go to the police, report things and stuff like that. But the managing director of the company for which she and her fiance worked for was like, no, let's not tell anyone. It's going to get us into trouble. People are going to ask us why we did such a thing. Just think about your future as a newscaster. Let's just say she let herself get deceived, and she never spoke about it. And fast forward like years later, I can't remember, like, okay, yeah, they woke up 20 years later. Like 20 years later, these two frozen humans woke up, and they thought it was just like they had been sleeping for 24 hours, but it wasn't 24 hours. Things had changed. People had moved on with their lives. It was crazy. Like, a lot of crazy things happened, and believe me, when I watched this movie, I was like, oh my god, oh my god. If I was that girl, I would literally kill Mado Chan, because I'm like, what did you just make me do? Like, what did you make me do? But then, like, it was crazy to see how they went from living in one particular time to living in a technology advanced world. And the main thing in this movie was the fact that since they were frozen humans, they could not, like, their body temperature cannot be anything higher than 31.5 degrees Celsius. If not, they could literally just die. So they had to have this wristwatch on, with which they were like monitoring their temperature all the time. It was crazy. Many times, like, I was literally panicking because I thought one of them was going to like die, but they didn't. The movie got quite intense at a certain point. So this is what I want to ask you guys. Do you guys think he moved on with a new girl, or do you guys think he went back with the ex? Because obviously his fiance never got married because she just couldn't forgive herself for not, like, doing more to look for him. And I'm not going to tell you guys, like, basically, like, what really happened, but this is one thing I'm going to say, right? 20 years later, you're wondering, like, how did they magically wake up? So the movie is kind of like all about this. It's all about these two people coming back into the present world. How are they going to mingle with people that they have left behind? How are they going to find the antidote? How are they going to forgive people who had kind of like wronged them in the past? So that was pretty much what the movie was all about. Now, talking about the cast, I feel like for me, the lead character can do no wrong in my eye. Like, he's one of my favorite actors. Like, if you guys watch my introduction to Kdrama, I listed him as one of my favorite actors, so he does no wrong in my eye. The girl in question, this was the first time I was seeing her in a movie, and there's something about that raspy voice of hers that makes me feel like, wow. She has the most beautiful voice ever. She has this raspy voice, which is not normally things like the kind of voice you hear with like, you know, K-drama actresses. They have this very tiny, babyish voice, but her voice was like crazy. I loved her voice. She's also a good actress. She acted her role very well. But does that mean that I was really like wanting him to be with her? Like, yes, I wanted him to be with her, but deep down inside of me, I felt like I also liked him and his, you know, ex-fiance, and in a way I felt like they could just work things out. They go well together, and I was just confused, but I feel like I just had this 10%, not even 10, like 40% chances that I wanted him to go back to his ex. So phenomenal to watch. Oh my god, was the actor that acted the younger brother when he was young. Oh my god, I legit cried because he was autistic, he was being bullied in school, and whenever I would be like, no nah, no nah. Oh my god, like thinking about it now, oh my god, I'm choking up on my words and I want to cry. He was beautiful. So the cast so far, I feel like these were like the main major cast. For comedy, I would just be like, oh, his assistant, the assistant of our lead male character was like very funny, especially like the older version of him. He was always angry because he was like, hey, I am the boss. I'm no longer your assistant. Why do you keep bossing me around? And you know, our lead actor was like, I don't care. To me, you're always my assistant. And that was pretty much it. So, what do I rate this movie? I'm not gonna lie. To me, this movie is like a 7 out of 10. I'm sorry if I'm gonna offend anyone, but I just felt like there was just this crazy hype like about it, and when I went to watch it, I didn't feel this whole crazy about it. Did I like the movie? Yeah, it was a nice movie. It was different from the usual rich boy, poor girl trauma that we always see all the time. But like I said, I felt more connection with him and his ex-fiance and than I felt with him and the girl. So I was always like watching this movie with like conflict, because one second I want him to go back with his ex-fiance whenever I see them talking. The next second I'm happy that he was with this girl. So I did cry most of the time. I laughed a lot. But if I was to rate Ji Xiao Mo, I think that's the lead actor's movie, the lead actor's name. This is not like among my top 3 of the movies that he has acted. I'm not gonna lie. This was not up to the standard of K2. It was not up to the standard of Hila. It wasn't up to the standard of Suspicious Partner as well. But it was like still a good movie. For me, it's a 7 over 10. Like, you guys let me know in the comment section what you rate this movie, what you love about it, what you didn't like about it. I personally have said what I love about it. I love the fact that there was like, they were so good in communicating their feelings, their expressivity, or the way they expressed their feelings was so great. But after watching the movie, I just couldn't get past the fact that the ex-fiance was left alone and she had to suffer. And I know many people were like, oh yeah, like you have to hate her, she didn't say anything. Guys, people make mistakes, quite obvious. And then later it actually turned out that, you know, she had actually tried to go meet a friend of his so that they could go report the incident, but the friend was not, you know, having it. So she did try. Let's give her that credit. And she did wait 20 years without getting with any person because she was madly in love with him. But you know, he just couldn't forgive that one thing that she did. And I think that was what pretty much ruined them. And that was what made me sad throughout the whole movie. So I already told you guys what I rated it. When it comes to rating, for me, it's a 7 out of 10. That is my rating for this movie. I feel like someone is going to hate me right now. I feel like someone is looking at me. You hate me. You. Yeah, I know you hate me. But that is my opinion, okay? Take it, well, take it with a grain of salt. Like, we might not like the same thing, okay? Don't cuss me, please. So if there's any other K-drama you guys want me to watch, let me know, list it in the comment section, and I will watch it and give my general review. But please, I will still say that you guys go watch Melting Me Softly. I feel like it is different from the type of K-drama that we're used to. The whole, you know, he's rich, she's poor, stuff like that. It's a very beautiful drama. Like, you might watch it and not even care about the ex-fiance like I did, and to you it's gonna be a 10 over 10 because the only thing that has restricted me was the ex-fiance. So with that said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.